Hey everyone, it's Steve from the garden. In this video, I'm going to show you what I'm starting right now in mid-March for planting out in early spring. Now I'm in the Zone 5 Chicago area, and my last frost date is generally around May 15th. But I'm starting these seeds now because these are cool weather crops that I can start growing. And some of these I'll be able to put out in my hinged hoop house if they need a little extra protection from the cold. Now it'll be probably like a month or so on most of these seeds before they're ready to go out into the garden. And by then my weather should be warming up to the point where they'll make it outside without too much extra protection. Anyways, let's get started. First up will be this Bloomingdale long-standing spinach. And they're going to go in these cells over here. So I have 18 cells ready to go, and in these 3 here toward the center, I added just a pinch of worm castings. And all the seed starting mix that I'm using in this tray is going to be a combination of some leaf mold with some Pro Mix, and then in most of the cells, I'm adding a pinch of worm castings to them. Now, these first 2 rows, they do not have the worm castings in there, and I'm going to use these kind of like a control to see, what kind of difference the worm castings make, not only for germination, but for the grow out. The spinach seeds are pretty good size, and I should be able to get these so I only get, 1 or maybe 2 seeds per cell. And if I don't get 100% germination, I can always reseed them. But I'll probably go with, we'll start with 1 seed per cell initially, and then I'll just kind of see how the germination goes after that. This will be the first sowing of spinach seeds I do, and I expect to do another sowing in about 2 weeks. Next up is going to be some lettuce. I'm going to go with 4 different varieties of lettuce. The first one's going to be a red leaf romaine. So I'll just do a couple seeds in there for that. Next up is a Amir lettuce. This will have just a touch of red to it. Then we have some Grand Rapids leaf lettuce. This lettuce is kind of frilly on the leaves. And then we have a Coastal Star romaine. After the lettuce, we have some brassicas. So the first one will be some Emerald Crown broccoli. I've had really good luck with this, where it germinates both quickly and produces good heads, especially in the springtime. I have 2 cells of the broccoli, and then I'm doing 1 cell of some red cabbage. The red cabbage we'll use in our salads. Then the last brassica I'm planting is going to be in this row, and this is going to be like a baby bok choy. Now these should grow pretty fast, and I'll have to do like a series of sowings to keep these supplied for our needs. And just a note, there's this cell on the outside that had the red cabbage in it. I had the cells topped off with some more of my starting mix. Now you might be wondering, like, hey, 2 broccoli plants and 1 cabbage doesn't go very far. And you would be right. By itself, it would not go very far. But I'll be doing broccoli in a series where I'll start 2 to 3 plants every week until I fill up my bed. Next up, I have snow peas. And this variety is called Oregon Giant snow pea. Now I'm going to try out this like gutter type system. So I got 2 cardboard boxes that, like, say like a soda packer would come in, and I cut them in half and folded them up so they form like these little gutters, and then I put that inside the 1020 tray. So I'm just going to be experimenting with this. I've never used this type of method before, but we'll put the seeds in, and I just have like a potting mix for the soil. And I'll push these all in. And then when it comes to planting time, the idea is that you'll be able to open up the ends and just dig like a little trench, and then just kind of push the soil into that trench. With the seeds in place, I'll just cover them up with the soil. And in another 2 weeks, I might do 1 more tray this way, and then after that it should be warm enough where I can start all the peas outside. After the peas, I'm going to start a tray of microgreens. Now these are going to be the black oil sunflowers. I have never grown these before. So I measured out 12 grams worth of seeds, and I'm hoping this provides enough coverage. In the tray I used a sifted potting soil with about 1 inch of soil inside the 10 by 20 tray. And I'm just sprinkling these around. I have all the seeds in the tray. And I'm just going to pan them down so they have good contact with the potting mix. And then I will cover them up with about 1/4 inch of soil on the top. I got the tray of microgreens topped off. Now these will just stay indoors, and I'll put them upstairs where it's warmer so that they can get germinating. Now some other crops I could grow at this time of year is I could start some beets indoors or some kohlrabi, and there's a few other cold season or cool season type crops I could start growing at this time. Now I anticipate the stuff that I started that will be going outdoors, it'll probably be about a month before I put them out. Now the peas generally grow a little bit faster. They may be ready in 2 weeks. And it's still maybe a little bit early. I'm kind of pushing the envelope on this. But the peas I can put underneath my hinged hoop piles to provide them a little extra protection during that early season with just like a little small trellis. And then as it warms up, I could take the hoop piles or either open it up or take the cover off completely. So thanks for coming along on my planting today. Hope you enjoyed, got something out of this, and we'll see you on the next one.